Hello, welcome to another Fighting Fantasy Friday. We're going to look at the latest book in the range, Assassins of Allansia. It's been out for a while, but I thought I'd have a look at it. So what we got here, I'm going to spin it around so you can see it and I can see it, is the latest book by Ian Livingstone. This is from Scholastic Books, and part story, part game, You Are the Hero. That's what the back looks like. Nice shiny gold cover. Here we go. The old traditional map. Let's just have a look at the credits first, see what's going on. So it's obviously written by Ian Livingstone. The cover and inside illustrations are by Robert Ball. So that's all with this stuff. The map is the classic one, and that's Leo Hartis. It says 2017, but I don't know if it looks like the old one from the 80s, that one, but appears in Titan, I believe. But yeah, I thought we'd have a look, just a quick look at the sort of art inside the book, because one of my biggest complaints about this range is the artwork, and I want to see if it's improved. So we got the background here. The interesting thing about the Scholastic books is the rules are at the back of the book. First thing that's different, so you just get a bit briefness here, and if you're new to Fighting Fantasy, it tells you to go to page 255, 263 to read, and if you don't, if you're skilled, you're okay. Also at the back is the stat sheet. So we've got the background story here as normal. Your adventure awaits, may your stamina never fail. So instantly already I can see it's in a similar style to the originals, but to me, even just looking at this little bit here, it looks better. There's something that didn't quite gel right with the others. I don't know if it's the same artist. I mean, I always like these bits on the edge of the book to see the splats, so when you close it, you can sort of see them here, like that. But yeah, the little bits pieces, I like that. So that's our first picture. Excuse me. I would actually say it's in a similar sort of this grayscale, well, they're all black and white, aren't they? But this grayscale shaded style as the others. But this already is much better. This is a good picture. I like this. It's suitably gross and detailed as well, which is one of my complaints about the other books. I just didn't seem detailed. Don't know if it's reaching the heights of the originals, but off to a good start with this. Oh, Dark Elf Priestess down here. I'll read. Here we go. Study again. That same sort of style, but I don't know if it's the same artist. I'll have to do a cutaway after we look through this just to see the other books, the Port Peril and the Gates of Death, or if it's a different artist just doing a similar sort of style. I like that. Again, not as good as the originals, but the 2 pictures in and it's the best so far, unless it horribly drops away. That's excellent. I like that one as well. Look at that. Okay, so we're just going to go through every page, look at every picture, I think. So I don't know what I'll call this, the incidental art. It's good. I like it. You know, even the background, the houses, it's invoking an atmosphere which was, to me, sorely lacking. It's invoking, you know, Allansia type atmosphere. So, yeah, that is good. That is good. I'm going to quickly flip through quicker, I think. Otherwise, I'll be here all evening just looking through the pages. Oh, yeah. Kraken's ship style. Keep moving the book, sorry. Yep. Oh, 2. Look at that. Yeah, street scene. Yeah, this is much better. I am actually somewhat impressed. Oh, oh, that looks like the barbarian from a cover from Death Trap Dungeon or Trial of Champion. Where do I recognise him from? Is he in Death Trap Dungeon? Was he one of the pictures in Death Trap? I believe he is, isn't he? Barbarian with the patch over his eye. I'll have to hopefully meet him and see if it's any reference to that. Yeah, I think I've got to go back to that. I mean, yeah, this art is actually impressing me. Dragon! Oh wow, yeah. So already this book is the best of new ones by far. Look at that for a belt buckle. Yeah, this is good. Oh yeah, some of this art's worthy of. I would love to see colour versions of this. This could be great in colour. I wonder if it was actually done in colour and then put into black and white, and that's what the problem was with the past other books. I think about what it would look like in grayscale. Okay, yeah, this is much better. Again, I'd probably still prefer the more line art of the originals, but if this is the style we're going to get, it should be of this quality with them. This is great. Well done. I forgot your name already. Is it Robert? Robert Ball? Well done, Robert Ball. Really like this. Yep, this is it suits to be impressive. So there's a lady. I won't dwell on the art too much. You can buy the book and have a look at it yourself, but that's it. So that's just a brief, obviously a real way to know what a Final Fantasy book like is to play it. So it's time for me to grab some notepaper, grab my quill, grab some dice. Off to a good start with that roll. So I'm going to play through now. I'm going to roll my stats. I'm going to have a playthrough and see what the story's like. I'm not going to play it to completion. I'm just going to have one playthrough, whether I complete it or die. It's a fighting fantasy book and it's my first playthrough, so most likely die. I'll let you know what I think of the story, how far I get. So I have now played it. Here's what my sheet looked like and the map I made. Now, to finish off the review, what I want to do is really, the only way to do it now is talk about my experience with the book, but that may have some spoilers in. So what I'll do is I'll give my opinion on the book now rather than at the end. So if you haven't played it yet, you can hear that, what I think of it, and go off and play it and maybe come back and have a watch the rest of the video. So I don't spoil anything. Then after that, I'll go through my little note. Made a few notes. I would say this is a very good book. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I enjoyed playing. It had a very sort of almost old school feel to it. So yeah, basically recommended to go and give it a try. If you weren't impressed with some of the other new books, I quite like the other two that have come out, but I know that some people don't like them. This is probably the best out of the three, but the other two were still good. But yeah, so recommended. Now, I'm going to get on to my experience with the book. This may contain minor spoilers, so as I said, if you don't want to know, stop watching now and maybe come back afterwards. It starts off in almost like a sandbox bit. You're on the island. It talks about here, was it the Snake Island? On there, you kind of, not meandering, but you kind of left to your own devices and you wander about, almost like a tutorial area on a video game. And I thought that was very interesting. I enjoyed that. Before you really get into the meat and crux of the adventure. I'm going to refer to my notes here. So you're on the island, and it's not long before you are pretty much attacked. You find this hut and you're in there and you hear something and it's up to you how you handle it. I sort of waited and you're attacked, and then you overcome your attacker and find out they've got a scorpion amulet, and then from then onwards you're going to constantly get attacked by people, all carrying this scorpion amulet. They're all the Assassins of Allansia that are after you. Now, why are they after you? Well, because this seems to be a sequel to City of Thieves. It doesn't say anywhere on the back here or inside in the cover here, but it seems to be a sequel to City of Thieves. It talks about you killing Zanzibar. Sons of Bone? I forgot. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. That's terrible of me. But anyway, because of that, the Lord of Port Black Sand, puts a hit on you. So it does seem to be a sequel to City of Thieves, which is nice. I enjoyed that. So you're playing the same sort of character as City of Thieves. And you come across various different assassins, which are all pretty much all these kind of, you see them in here. Where's the one I want to talk about first? I should have written down the page number. And it really does get you to be a bit distrustful of everyone you meet. And I think I said this earlier on. He is the barbarian in Death Trap Dungeon, and he actually is the barbarian in Death Trap Dungeon, you see, because you meet him and you sort of go to enter the Death Trap Dungeon at the end, and which I'll get to in a minute. But where is she? There's a picture I want to talk about of a character. I'm not going to be able to find her now, not her. But I believe she is the one that led me to my downfall, which we'll get to in a minute. Yes, I should point out, I've played through it a few times, sort of, not all the way through, I sort of went back to a point to try again. There she is. But I didn't complete it. I died. It is a very difficult game. I died. Darn you, Ian Livingstone, you fiendish person, you. Yeah, her, there's this bit here. I mean, look at her. She looks so dodgy, but she's coming across as this normal person, and it was just such a dance around to finally get to the point where you say, haha, you're actually an assassin. So I actually enjoyed that confrontation. It's not kind of straightforward. It's not just turn to this page, here's the result. There's a whole chain you go through, a whole little, and I just thoroughly enjoyed this. Yeah, as I said, this also takes place, not only as a sequel to City of Thieves, it also takes place at the same time as Death Trap Dungeon, because you have the barbarian from, name just come to me. Yes, now the reason I died, because at the end, it's sort of, you collect all these scorpion amulets, and at the end, you get to this point where, how many have you got? You have to answer how many you've managed to collect, how many you killed. So my first playthrough, I had 11. It says if you got odds, turn to this one, got evens, turn to this one. But beforehand, I got some information that, I think we've just seen her earlier on, the very barbarian looking lady assassin person. Now I didn't get to meet her because I got to talk to this guy in a pub, and I could only ask him one question. So I asked him where the person who put a hit on me is, so we get to her. And so he told me he's where Death Trap Dungeon is, so to head to Fang, so I did. But then he remembered I could answer 2 questions, all to do with eggs. I'll let you get to that bit, how many eggs he had for breakfast. And his other bit of advice was telling me where she was. Now, I avoided her then, so I thought, I don't need to know where she is, I'm going straight to the objective. So I had 10 assassin pendants. And so I got to this bit and I said I got even, so I turned to even, and so that's a good number, but it's not enough. And I turn around and I suddenly get killed by an assassin right in my face. So then I thought, aha, it's her. I missed her out. So I went through it again. This time, met her, dealt with her, got odd. So I got 11. So I got the same amount as last time. Got 11. Went through and it still wasn't enough. So that I don't know how many assassins there are, but I got 11, and so but I didn't play it again. I'll probably play it again in the future. God blimey, that was a tough fight. I mean, look at that, 12. That was a challenge. But then you meet From, and he gives you a bit of a hand, so that's nice. There he is. So yeah, all in all, a bloody thoroughly enjoyable return to form for fighting fantasy. If you haven't already, go and get it. I've already mentioned in my initial look at the book that the art to me is better. Maybe not as good as the originals, but really definitely better. I mean, I actually quite grew to really love this as I was playing through, which I didn't in the other books. It sort of worked for me this time. Kind of did get a nice bit of evocative nature. So yes, highly recommend it. If you haven't got it, go and get it and have a play. Well, that's it for this week's Fighting Fantasy Friday. Probably in the next episode we'll return to playing Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Hope you're all safe and well, and until next time guys, please take care.